want to take you on the tour of the outdoor bathroom that is attached to the hovel here. Now, it's not actually something that was carefully planned. It sort of just grew organically, which seems to be the theme of this little place. So, but it works really well. It is very functional. It's very foresty. I love it, and I hope you do too. Here we go. We had a big rainstorm yesterday, so everything's still pretty wet and drippy, but it's nice and cool and beautiful. So this curtain's just mostly for privacy. It does cut drafts a little bit, and I think I bought 3 of these for like $5 at the thrift store or something. So in we go. Okay, so let's start with the toilet area. Here, toilet paper. And this is that window that you can see from the outside that is a salvaged serving dish. And that little piece of driftwood came from Wyoming, which is where I'm from. And then this is another salvaged window that I just love the leaded glass, so I couldn't resist it. The tile, or the vinyl, it's not tile, was salvaged. It's just free, like an offcut. So that's in the hovel as well. And then here is the toilet. It has 3 compartments. This one has chips, wood chips. Looks like I need to fill it. And I just buy the bags of cedar chips for like pet bedding. It works really well, and it kind of smells good and repels bugs, so that's good. And then the toilet part. So it does have a urine separator, but I don't actually separate the urine because then you're just losing all that nitrogen that helps your compost cook faster. So I just make sure I empty it every day or 2, and it works great. And then dirty clothes. So always need a place to put dirty clothes, so I was happy to have that. This is the same plaster as in the hovel. So this is just a base coat, and eventually I will put on a finish coat whenever I get around to it. So, and then just this little cabinet. It was a free, somebody was like giving it away for toilet paper and stuff. And then the toilet part was actually just an add-on. We hadn't planned it. So I had done this wattle already before I set the posts for this and stuff. So this is the main shower part, and in the wintertime there's a curtain up, like all of this open part, just to cut the drafts, because taking a shower out here when it's like 35 degrees is a little brisk. And then here, this tin actually came from an old barn that was hit by a tornado, and it ripped a lot of the roof off, so they re-roofed it. And so I picked up the tin for just a few dollars. And then here is the shower, which had to be replaced because it froze this winter. I was not prepared for winter, and so had to do a lot of work this spring. I was thinking that I might put some valves here. I may change this tubing to be like a more flexible metal tubing, and I think I can set it up to have a valve inside that lets me drain all the water out from inside and then shut off all the water to this. So I'll be more prepared for next year. This little cinder block thing, there's going to be a bench here, and I'm just kind of playing around with like how high I want it, how big it needs to be, that you can actually sit on it or whatever. And then the shower floor isn't done yet, so it's just gravel right now, and that mat just kind of saves on your toes because it's not super comfortable to stand in. You can see the drain there. So it'll be cement I don't know, just probably not too much bigger than the mat, because I don't want to put cement over this tree. And then the rest will be still gravel, and then I'll put these like flat rocks like this in there to kind of make it more comfy. So here is the hot water heater. Now this is an on-demand propane hot water heater. It's meant to be outside. You can't put it inside, so there is that. But it has worked great. It provides hot water for the shower, and then it also provides hot water for the sink in the hovel. You can see, here's the light switch down here. I haven't attached it to the wall yet, and it's attached to some little heating pads that kind of help in the winter, but not if it gets too low. These are all 12 volt. Everything in the hovel is 12 volt except the refrigerator. So I had to replace this, and you could see that it burst and got water on the plaster here and then froze. So cob will take some moisture. Like, you can get it wet to some extent, but what it won't take is running water, because you can see where the water was running down here that eroded it a little bit, and it will not take freezing. So it's, you know, but since I'm going to put a new coat on, it's not a big deal, so I'm not too worried about it. There'll be stones along the edge here. You can see I've kind of set some down to just kind of see what it's going to look like. And then the other thing I want to mention is, because I know the builders among you are going to have a fit about this tree being in the roof. So, with the exception of the curtain rod there, this tree is not actually attached to anything. There is space between the trunk and the joists. The joists can be moved fairly easily if they need to be, if we find that it needs more space, and so can these little boards that support the acrylic. But we've had some pretty nasty storms, and it's never been a problem. So, but the tree isn't actually part of the building. It's just sitting there. Like, it's just there. With the exception of it holds my towel. So that is the bathroom. If you have any questions, or you would like to see something else, please let me know. And I love to read your comments. I appreciate them all, and we will see you next time.